Hi, in this tutorial I will show you how to create helper function in Laravel. Sometimes in your application it may be needed that you need to call some functions, okay? Multiple times you need to call some functions. So in that case we create helper functions so that we can call that functions from anywhere in the Laravel. So in order to call some pieces of codes or to call some functions in Laravel in your project anytime, you can create the helper function. So you can call that from anywhere. Okay, this is very easy. I am going to show you. This is a fresh Laravel installation, that is Laravel fundamental, and I loaded that into my VS Code editor. And this is the Laravel fundamental and this is the source code. Okay, I just added this Laravel fundamental folder into my VS Code editor and I run this, and this is the home page. This is run by 127001 because I started a development server. Okay, in order to create a helper function, I will first go to my app folder. In the app folder you see that there is a HTTP folder. It is not mandatory that you need to create the helper function here, but I for my advantage to work, I am going to create a helper function into the HTTP folder, but you can create it outside the HTTP folder if you want. So from here I am going to right click new file, and in the HTTP I am going to create helpers.php file. Okay, this is simple helpers.php file. If you create a helpers.php file and if you want to run this file or to call this file from anywhere, then you will have to do one thing, that is you will have to go to the composer.json file. In the composer.json file you will see that there is a file section. There is actually no file section here. Here you see that there is a autoload section. Okay, in the autoload section I will create some lines. I will create here a file sections. Okay, files, and then I will write codes this way. Here I will add the app HTTP and then the helpers file. Okay, helpers.php that I created here. So I created the helpers into app HTTP folder. So I have just created here a files and then I added it here, app HTTP helpers.php file. Okay, that means when the composer will run the autoload, and during the autoload this function will be called, so I can access it from anywhere of my application. Now I am going to my helpers function. In helpers, for example, I want to calculate the GPA. Okay, so I am going to write here some PHP codes, just anything you need to write here. Suppose I am going to create a function get GPA. Okay, this is a function in the helpers.php file, and I am going to take a parameter here, suppose that is mark. So if the mark suppose is greater than 33, then I can see that the result, for example the result equal passed. Okay, that means if the mark is 33, then the result will be passed, student passed, and else If that is not above 33, that means if it is below 33 or equal, then the result will be failed. Okay, and at last I am going to return the result. Now this is for example, I have created a simple function to get, actually not GPA, and I am going to call it get result, for example. Okay, get result, if he is passed or failed. Now I am going to my controller. Here you can create a controller. So I'm going to create a controller here, new terminal, PHP artisan make controller, suppose calculate controller. Okay, calculate. I have created a controller that's name is calculate. So here I can write some codes. For example, I am going to create a function, public function. You can give here any name, get result, for example, get result, and here I give the mark as parameter, and here I just dd, and here I can pass the function get result. Okay, get result. As I can call the helper function anywhere, so I am straight going to call the get result. Okay, this is get result function, and here I will pass my mark. So I am going to my route. So I am going to my routes web, and here I am going to create my own route get, suppose check, and here I give a parameter or here I give parameter that is mark. Okay, and suppose this is calculate controller, calculate, and this is class. Here my method name is get result. So get result, I will call it, and here use app http controllers calculate. So here app http controllers calculate, I will call it by this check, and here I will give my mark, suppose 45, enter. Get result app http controllers get result. Here one thing to remember is that in order to work with the helper function, you will have to run composer autoload. Okay, composer dump autoload, because I have changed something in my composer code, composer.json. I have changed some code, so I have to autoload the composer. It can take some times. After the autoload is done, I am going to refresh it. You see that now it is working, and we see the result is passed. 45 means passed, and if I give 20, it will be failed. Enter. You see that the result is failed. That means in my controller I can straight call a user defined function that I have written in the helpers function. So in the helpers file, here you can write as many functions as you need in your application to work with. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you.